Hello, how are you, friends? I'm El DoQmentalista, and I bring you exclusively the first and only interview with a very special evil spectre. Very special. Tonight there's no moon, and the waters are silent. In the name of the mothers who weep, in the name of the sons who never returned, I, El DoQmentalista, invoke the spirit of La Llorona, so that she may come among the rivers of time. May the echo of her weeping cross the shadows. May pain find its voice, and may the truth, even if it hurts, be heard. Is there someone here with me? Anyone? Will you accept my questions? Will you grant me the truth? Answer, spirit. What is your real name? Who are you?
Maria Luisa. I am the weeping woman.
All right, I'm talking to you. Maria Luisa, you, Llorona, you have revealed your name to me, and I am ready to begin. Ideal Grano, the most widespread legend about you says that you drowned your own children out of spite because of a betrayal. How much of that is true?
Love. I did it for love, but it's more complicated. He was mine, he promised me, he swore it, his eternal love, the whole town knew it. I was the freest and most beautiful, and the men would stop in their tracks for me. And they would duel with swords for the right to court me. Beauty fades, and that was my downfall. But I was desired, and among them all, only he stole my heart.
Maria Luisa, who was he? Was he the father of your children?
Who was he? Who was he? Who was he? Yes. His name was Don Nuño de Cárdenas. He came from Extremadura with ambitions and titles. A master of sword and speech, he drove everyone away and claimed me. He succumbed to my charm so quickly that he requested royal permission to marry in this region of Mexico, governed by the Viceroy Don Luis de Velasco. It was the spring of Agua Clara in 1552 when my fiancé sent the letter to King Charles I, and his response? It never arrived. But I was free, and he promised me eternal love. Did a mestiza like me really need the permission of a foreign king?
Fine. Go on. The legend about you, La Llorona, says that he betrayed you. Is that true? Don Nuño de Cárdenas, did he break your heart?
I had just 2 valuables and nothing more. A promise, and my dress ready, white as my purity. But that answer from the king never came. We broke his church's laws and united with only passion as our right. Our 2 children were born and raised from that union. And never. My children. Names were taken from me. I was forbidden to remember their names. Ask if it broke my heart, Don Nuño. It broke my whole soul. Religion. The years went by. The town kept the scandal quiet. They knew I loved him. No one dared to question his actions. They were afraid of his rank and position. The children looked just like him. He was a wonderful father. Until she appeared. She bewitched him and took him away from me.
Wait, Llorona. So you confirm there was another woman? How did you find out?
In 1563, King Carlos I of Spain That bastard died without responding to the authorization of our marriage. My white dress, a gift from my love, was still among fine fabrics kept away, waiting for the moment. The emissaries that the new king had in Mexico finally brought me the letter. Thank you for watching. It was an understandable error. The whole town knew where to find Don Nuno. He was always on my property, with me and with our children. Although his business trips had become more frequent. The letter was the authorization for the marriage, signed by the new king, Felipe II. I opened it with tears of joy, and as I read, I cried, I cried black blood for the pain.
Llorona, wasn't the permission to marry you? What did the letter say?
That's right. The passage of time changed my appearance. For my beloved and kind children, I was still the most beautiful in the world, but not for him. And the royal authorization letter, it's etched in my memory. It began by saying that he had asked to get married. To someone else? I can still see her before my eyes. She said, "Thank you for us, Felipe II, by the grace of God, King of Castile, Leon, and Aragon. Considering your request, your person, and your loyalty in service to the crown, we grant formal permission for you, Nuño de Cárdenas, 32 years old, to enter into a legitimate marriage with Doña Inés de Villalobos, noble maiden, 15 years old daughter of the House of Texcoco. We order that such a union be carried out according to the laws of the Holy Church and the customs of the Viceroyalty of New Spain. Dated in Madrid on the 5th day of the month of October in the year of our Lord 1563.
I understand. His business trips weren't really business. He was courting the daughter of another nobleman. What did you do next? Did you confront him with the truth?
The truth? Didn't he want the truth? He wanted her love. I waited for him. I fixed my hair. I pinched my cheeks. And I looked through the dresses he gave me for the best one, thinking that if I looked pretty again. Thank you for watching. But right then I realized Don Nuno hadn't given me one in a long time, so I put on the only one I had never used. Thank you for watching. Thank you. The white dress. I looked like a real bride, the veil covering my face and tears of hope, wishing he would come, saying that it was all a lie.
Thank you for...
But when he showed up... Thank you for watching, thank you for... What a mockery of... Take that off. You look ridiculous. He ordered me, and I took the king's letter, hoping he would deny it. Our children were sleeping. Thank you. Thank you for...
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Oh my God. What did you do with your children? God?
He was never there for me when he stole my soul. There I was, standing in my dress. Begging in vain, he told me, I don't love you anymore. I love Inés, and I'm going to marry her. Will my men come to pick up the children in the morning? And I will give them a good position on the new property. They are mestizos, and I can't recognize them as my children, but I love them and will keep them close, he said. Would we see each other again? He ordered me to pack his things and stop crying, and he left without even saying goodbye. But thank you. Thank you, I never did. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I never stopped crying, thank you. Thank you. And I went with Tonalpili, the witch healer, the old woman who fixed love problems and took care of childbirth pains.
Okay, Llorona, this is something completely new. There was never any mention of a witch in your legend. Why did you go to her?
Tonalpili, that old lying witch, a memory, her house among the trees, crossing the bridge over the river. When I arrived, it was still dark and my children were crying. Why? They didn't understand why I had dragged them there. I asked the healer to give him back to me, to cast her spells and make him love me, or show that traitor real pain. Subtitled. She looked at the children, she knew them, she had helped me bring them into the world, and she tried to calm me down, but I yelled at her. If he doesn't return to my arms before the sun rises, will you be responsible for what I do? And I grabbed her by the neck right then. She felt it, she saw it, she knew it. Then she tricked me. She took my tears and poured them over some herbs. She cast a spell by putting them in a clay bowl. I made my own destiny.
Wait, what you're writing to me isn't a love binding spell. What did the witch do? That Tonalpili person? Exactly.
Tonalpili had powers and knew what I planned for my children, so... Her powers, you said it right. She didn't do a binding but an invocation. The old woman, trembling with fear, looked at me and said, "Now it will be me who threatens you. If you harm these children, you will awaken the goddess of water and childbirth, Sigwakwatl, and no plea will save you." Huh? Is it over? He just summoned his presence and told me, "You're already marked." Have I seen what you plan to do to them? No, don't even try it, he ordered me. And I...
Llorona? So is it true? Did you drown them? Did you kill your children?
While I was hitting that old witch Pili with a clay bowl until she stopped moving, huh? Tomayo protected her brother. I grabbed their arms so hard my nails dug in. Outside, a storm was covering the first rays of the sunrise, and I was dressed in my spotless white dress. I knew it. I would drag them into the deep waters. I would drag them. But...
You adored your children. You just said it yourself. How could you do that to them? I
loved them. They screamed, "Mother, please, you're hurting us," and I forced them into the river. But something changed. The terrified look on the youngest one's face snapped me out of it. I realized what I was trying to do. Horrified, I released them and hugged them, crying and apologizing to them, but they wouldn't stop screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming, until in desperation the oldest began to say, "Dad, I want to go with my dad. Let me go, Mom. You're hurting me, Dad." And there, right there, something inside me broke. And my tears turned black. And I remember them. To have forcefully pushed their heads under the water and their little hands flailing, until everything calmed down and the colors of the world faded around me.
Hey. So, when your children were sleeping that night, when they left you so cruelly, had you already decided their fate? Did you know what you were going to do to them if your beloved didn't come back?
Did you want him to pay for his contempt for the betrayal if you knew you would kill them? In the waters, the colors returned, and I saw what I had done. I embraced their bodies and mourned. Ah, yes! Oh. I'm drying myself. A lightning bolt brought a heavy rain. The current pulled him from my arms, and my pain grew deeper, and I held onto a root to get out. But she stepped on my hand, and there I saw her.
Here in Beasley. I thought you had killed the witch. Ah, I understand. The summoned one, the goddess of the waters, Sehuecotu. She appeared, didn't she?
The color of her skin was dark like the river. On her head, feathers rose up to touch the tops of the trees. Her eyes burning with fury, pointing at the bodies of my children. My children were being swept away by the current. Thank you? He asked me. Aren't they your lost children? What have you done in your sadness? What have you done? She kept questioning me repeatedly. And turning against me, she pressed my hand harder, and the river began to rise around me. I neither begged nor explained to her. Then she sealed my fate and turned me into what I'm telling you. Thank you for. You will search forever for what you yourself denied. Will you call them without remembering their names? Your spirit will wander in the darkness until you find your children alive. The sorrow and grief you feel will accompany you until the end of time. Thank you for the waters. They covered me completely. Thank you for watching. When my body died, only then did he stop stepping on my hand and left, but I couldn't get out of there. My spirit remained under the river that the night began, and only then, thank you. Did I emerge?
I have more questions to ask you. From what you've said, I understand that you are a specter condemned to live in pain, searching for an impossible outcome. You will never find your children alive because you drowned them yourself. You are searching for children who no longer exist. Then why does your legend say that you steal and kill other mothers' children? Is that true? Do you recognize yourself in the stories the living tell about you?
What do they say? That I'm desolate, that my lament foretells misfortune? That I terrify children before taking them away at night to drown them? Well, yes, I do. The stench of my curse is unbearable. And I do it because they won't give me back my children. And I warn them, if they don't give me back my children, there will be thousands of mothers who feel the same way I do. I shouted at them, give me back my children. They're my children. Oh, my children.
Gasp. Wait, Llorona, who has your children? You just confessed yourself that you drowned them?
The priests have both of them. And they refuse to hand them over. They keep me away with their rites and relics. When I first rose from the waters like a specter, a reflection under the moon, it was terrifying. The white dress and the veil stained with my black tears, and behind it the eyes sunken in the pain of my crimes. But I also looked around me and understood the truth. I felt the power of the darkness. I walked along the riverbank for entire nights during the day. Gasp. Gasp, gasp. I am doomed to remain underwater for only my pain.
I must ask you, did you follow the current to search for your children's bodies? What was the point of that? The curse they put on you said you had to find them alive, and they were already dead.
Death has a solution. Listen. As a spirit, do you see reality? Humans are not alone in this universe. Up there in the starry skies, there are powerful beings who fly and sing praises to God. Those arrogant angels. Every now and then they lower their gaze and look at me with contempt. But there are others of the same nature as them who wander the earth with deep hatred. They, the demons, immediately came up to judge me and asked, "Why are you crying?"
Cursed specter.
And when I told them, they hugged me and offered me a pact.
What pact did you make with the demons? What will they give you in return?
They offered me everything I wanted. They promised that my beloved would despise his fiancée Inez and come back to me. That they would take care of convincing him that I shouldn't worry. They showed me a place in the forest where I had to leave the bodies. To gather them, my children's bodies and mine, and my beloved's and theirs. They would use their power to bring us back to life. Thank you for... That way my curse would end again and the four of us would be together and happy.
I'm trying to understand, but why would the demons do that for you? They don't even have that much power. God can work miracles like the resurrection of the flesh.
God, why do you keep mentioning him? He's not gonna help me. After what I did. But the demons immediately kept their word. They began to torment my beloved Don Nuno de Cardenas. They made his life miserable, showing him visions of what I had done to his children. In only 3 days? Thank you, the video went crazy. He blamed his fiancées for bewitching him with their beauty. He told her that because of her, the children had died just like that. He pierced her with the sword and then thank you for. Afterward, he tied a rope to the tree and hanged himself. They never got married. He will always be mine.
Yeah, but you still haven't told me what price you agreed on with the demons?
I told you part of it. To gather the bodies in the profane place in the forest. That's why I followed the waters for several nights, chasing the river's current, and I found my own body first, rotting in the grass by a riverbank. I dragged it, crying and cursing, then covered it with mud and black tears beneath the tree's leafy carpet. There is the stone well entrance, or its old and sacrilegious one. I tossed my corpse in and went back to the riverbank. Subtitle? I had to find my children.
Earlier you mentioned priests. You said they refused to hand them over. Did they find them first? That's right.
Yes. On the 5th night, Jenkoil, a monk found their bodies, took them out of the water, and cried with sadness beside them. He was a strange religious man who shared my skin color. He doesn't look Spanish like the others. When I saw them dead out of the water, I ran to them, screaming in such a heartbreaking way that the animals of the darkness fled. But he didn't. Jenkoil, that bastard, held his cross and faced me saying, "Yo, you have no power here, impure specter. Christ commands you to leave and not disturb the eternal rest of these little ones." And me? I couldn't move toward them and I just screamed. Jenkoil. The priest opened his eyes and whispered, "Your children, for God's sake! Did you do this to your own children?" And he dared to judge me. And he said a prayer in Latin that burned me inside in such a way that it forced me to plunge into the waters. Do you understand? In that profane well in the forest are my remains and those of my beloved. Because yes, I took him out of his grave. You dragged him there.
But you don't have your children's bodies, so...
That's right. So the church is hiding them? Since that time, they keep my children. They keep them in coffins wrapped in holy cloth. They move them from one place to another as if they belong to them. But I am their mother. Sooner or later, I find them. I am always chasing after their bodies. They notice it. They know when I am near. Because the children from those villages start to disappear. Do you understand? And then they find them under the waters. But even so, they refuse to give in. They refuse to give me up.
Llorona, killing those children you take with you. Is that the price you have to pay for the pact?
No, I do that so the church will surrender and give them back to me. The demons only asked me for one favor, that the children I kidnap and drown are all baptized Christians. I can smell their fear and feel how they tremble when I scream. When I scream for my children, my children.
Then, you? Not even demons have the power to enter and take over bodies by force, right? That's right.
Is that so? Once a young priest was about to give up, to take away the holy cloth so he could take them. And it's no wonder. I caught 6 children from his community playing near a pond, and as soon as the sun set, I drowned them all. The Vatican sent for my children's bodies. They took them far away, somewhere I can no longer feel. But it brings me nothing. When children across Mexico and the region fear the night, when their little corpses stain the waters with their red blood, and their mothers mourn them, then they will hand them over to me. In the meantime, they will hear my lament. I die.
Llorona. Thank you very much for this revealing interview. Come back. From the place. From where you came. In the name of God, I order you.
Thank you for the video.
I am el DoQmentalista. And this was Interview with La Llorona.